All right, Project. Welcome back to In the Black 15. And this week we are going to be talking about gym challenges. So there's many aspects to challenges. There's
Not the challenges your gym faces.
No. There's many of those.
There's a lot of gym challenges.
We're talking about 30-day challenge, 90-day challenge.
These are the challenges that are meant to help you.
Yeah, not destroy. So the challenge, there's many aspects to it. Like I mentioned earlier, there's the aspect of going into a challenge to bring people into your gym. So people that are from the outside doing a challenge that your gym is doing to get them started. There's challenges internally for your members. That's really it.
Yeah, two types. Internal and external.
Yeah. And so we'll talk about different aspects of those. And then obviously we've got the lessons of the week.
And we've got I'm actually looking at the resource right now.
The resource of the week.
Waiting all week for it.
So, Raf, what is the...
Right.
No, we do the resource.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we'll do the resource. All right, so resource of the week is the moment lens. So if you're looking at this video right now, and I suggest you do, or you spend time on our Instagram, you've noticed that we do some more fisheye shots. It's not a GoPro. It's just an add-on to the Samsung Note 8. So the Samsung Note 8 shoots in 4K.
It has one for iPhone, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Is it the same one?
Yeah, same one. It's the same lens. You just get a different case to clip into it. So Moment, M-O-M-E-N-T. This is a really high quality product. I mean, when you feel the weight of that lens, like it's a heavy lens, like it's built properly. And basically, I got the lens because we're in a small space in the studio. No matter where I put the camera, it's very limited to what we can include in the shot. And so this is a great lens for basically expanding the range of what your phone can capture. So it's not going to increase the quality of your shot. So you're not going to get like more megapixels or more pixels per centimeter or however they fucking measure that shit. It's just going to expand what's included in the shot. And so now you can see way more of the studio, and the phone is actually closer than it normally is. So it's awesome because we can now capture way more of the studio, and we can use so many different angles, and we can bring you guys essentially better quality shots.
What else would it be good for? Just putting it around the gym?
Yeah, well, I think that if someone was to not invest in a camera and they just wanted to use their phone and a camera, is if you do have a relatively small gym, it can make the gym feel a lot bigger from your social media platform. So from your Facebook, from your Instagram, from your Google, from your website, you can take more shots, more videos within the gym and make it feel like a bigger place from the outside. Obviously, when people get there, they'll realize it's actually not that big.
Yeah.
But it makes a big difference. Like if you see a gym online and it looks really small and really cramped, you're probably going to be turned off a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it looks a bit claustrophobic. People will like nice, big, open gyms. And so this lens here, this small investment can go a long way for how people perceive your gym from the outside. So I think it's a very worthy investment. So I'll get up the price, but I'm pretty sure I paid just under $100, but under $100 US. But I think it works out to be, maybe $130 Australian?
Yeah, probably.
So if you go to shopmoment.com, you can get a bunch of lenses. The one we've got is I don't want to get it wrong. They are launching a new lens at the moment, but the lens that I got is, I think, their most popular lens. It's the here it is. No, it's not the wide lens. I think it's the Superfish. Yeah, we've got the Superfish lens. So that's what we got. They got a macro lens, they have a teleportrait lens, and they have a wide lens. So you basically just click on all the lenses, and it gives you different examples of what the shot would look like without it and then with it. And yeah, so all these lenses are $99 or $89 US. So I reckon it's definitely a worthy investment. Because you're basically taking something you already have and you're just enhancing it. I think anytime you can do that for a reasonable price, definitely worth it. So if you are, even if you're in the business of just, fitness business in general, just you have an Instagram, you have to showcase things online, and your phone is like how you get that message out just most of the time. Yeah, it's just better having more resources, right? So highly recommend getting the Moment lens for your phone shooting. Go for it.
Nice. Okay, so we're up to the lesson. And it's actually a lesson. I think we were talking about it. It was this week. We were talking about it. This was actually because we had a pretty hefty rent increase at the gym.
Motherfuckers.
So we were talking about long term because I think anyone that's run like a business where people buy things on like a subscription basis, but they stay for a long time. Because most things you buy, you're not buying it for that long. Like maybe the longest thing most people buy is like a phone contract. But for anything else like a gym, you're buying it for a long time, and you basically realize that you get screwed because everything that you have gets way more expensive, but the memberships don't come up. And we never really thought it was a big deal. And then we ran our numbers on it. And this is just like kind of example numbers, but it just makes it a bit easier for you at home. And I think it's pretty similar to if you do have a gym, this is what it's going to be like. It's pretty much if your gym does like $500,000 in revenue a year, which is pretty standard, and it makes like $40,000 profit, so it's not incredible, but it's probably better than most gyms. Basically, if you just get your normal increases, like we get like 4% on your rent and like your utilities, and that comes to like 30% of your revenue each year. After 1 year, you're down from 40,000 to 32,000 revenue, and that's with everything else being the same. So you don't profit, and you don't lose any of your members. The next year it's 20, the next year it's 8, and the next year it's -2. So pretty much within 4 years, you would be out of business. And that would be dream circumstances for most people because they're retaining all their members.
Yep.
And then you can see it becomes a nightmare pretty quickly. And that has inspired us to put in some sort of like mandatory yearly increase on memberships.
Yeah.
Because what you realize is like we talked once about like compounding, and like everyone knows like compounding interest is like the best thing in the world. But what you don't realize is like it's happening in reverse to you.
Compounding expenses.
Like your expenses are compounding, and it's against your revenue, which is staying the same.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of gyms don't realize because they turn over so many members. They look the whole membership leaves each year, and they get a whole new set of new members. So when they do price increases, very quickly all the new members are on the new prices.
Yep.
But if you retain members,
which you want to, right?
Which is exactly what you want to be doing. Otherwise, you're spending so much money on marketing.
Yeah.
And you've got new members that don't get very good results. Then you basically have to be putting up their memberships. And like we've even experienced ourselves having old members on really old prices. There comes a point where you're doing them a disservice because you're like resentful.
Yeah.
Because they're paying 50 and the other dude's paying 90 after like 5 years, and then you just don't give them the same attention. You're almost like pissed. You're like, dude, you pay like half membership.
Yeah.
That guy never signed up for half membership.
Yeah.
You just let him get there.
Yeah.
So that was a lesson. It's like, hey, inflation and stuff is like a real thing, and we pay it. So it's something that needs to be passed on.
Yeah, well, I mean, people put their prices up of food and coffee in major cities pretty quickly. You know, the price of... I don't know where you can see the studies, but I think you can Google them. And you can just look at, like, the average price of, like, a coffee and, 3 eggs or something and a piece of toast in Sydney in, like, 1990, like, 95, 2000, 2005. I can't remember where I saw it. It's definitely out there. It's... it goes up. It goes up like between 3 to 5% every year, and like you don't really get that upset about it.
Exactly, because you just don't notice it.
Yeah.
But when you have a member that stays at your gym for 4 years, like you should be, then you really, really notice it.
Yeah.
Even within a few years, you'd really be noticing it.
Yeah. Like the price of property goes up. The price of everything goes up.
Yeah.
Even your wage.
Property
goes
is like if you're in Sydney, it's going up more like 5%.
Yeah.
It can be double that.
And people's wage goes up as well. People in Australia move jobs pretty often, so they're always moving jobs to usually higher pay. So
like imagine if you just went to a restaurant and then you're like, oh, I've eaten here once. I expect that this meal won't change price in the next 4 years.
Yeah,
they just laugh at you like, so we're gonna put the prices up.
Yeah,
like no, I came here like it shouldn't change.
Yeah, and it's a flow-on effect. It's not even like them deciding and putting our price up. They're being forced because the cost,
everything goes up.
The cost that the farmers are charging them for the eggs goes up. The cost of the avocados are going up. The cost of water is going up. The cost of electricity is going up. So that is why they're putting their prices up. Not because they're
they're not getting any more profitable.
No,
they're just avoiding going out of business.
Yeah, exactly. And that's essentially what you need to do with your fitness stuff.
Yeah, I think, and we're just trying to go like we used to be just really reactive. Like our rent has gone up, and then we're like, shit, we realized like we got to put our prices up. And we're trying to be a bit more proactive. Where if you just put it in like it's set and things go up, then you're being proactive about it, right? You're not like waiting until you're losing out and then reacting and trying to put the prices up.
Yeah.
Should just be automatic and you're proactive and you know it's coming, so you basically just need to prepare for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a difficult one, but a very necessary process to take into consideration. All right, cool. Hopefully that was helpful. So guys, we're going to jump into some challenges. Now, external challenges, like we mentioned, in our opinion, very bad. Not good. Not good. Really bad.
I mean, I agree. I mean, I think the external challenge, so we're talking about like when you see an ad on Facebook, it's like running a 60-something day challenge.
60-day weight loss
whatever
challenge.
It is. Like, first of all, it's completely got out of control.
Yeah.
It's getting like, it used to be like challenge, like, oh, like it's slightly whatever, more expensive, or it's a discount and you come in, we're going to go really hard for 30 days. Now, like most challenges I see now, it's free.
Yeah.
And I've been like responding to a bunch of them on Facebook because I see the ads like, come in, we're looking for like 30 awesome males in the CBD area to train for free.
Yeah.
And it's like, a catch is coming here. Because no gym wants you for 60 days.
Yeah, for free.
People only want you for a long term. So either they're going to lie to you and say, hey, we want you for a 30, 60-day challenge, or they can just be honest and be like, hey, we're actually looking for people to come for a long period of time and pay membership their entire time.
Yeah.
So I think most of the time when you're doing challenges, like you're basically just lying to people.
But you're saying it's going to be like, hey, first month free, but you have to like put credit card info and like
there's heaps of different ways that they do it. The biggest one that I've heard these days, and I've been trying to find out what most people offer, is it's a deposit. So they'll go like, it's free. It's like you're training for free for 90 days. And you come in, it's like $600 deposit. If you do all the training and you stay all this time, we'll give you the money back.
Right.
So then you do all that time, and then like, okay, like, what we want is just to roll this into your membership. So we'll this will be your first next month of membership. Yeah. And then after that, then you've got them as long-term members, which is actually what you wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
But the point is you get like 100 people on the deposit. Yeah, maybe a bunch get their money back, but like you keep a small percentage of them, and then they become great long-term members.
Yeah.
It's just, it's
sounds good in theory.
But it's just tricking people into your gym. So it's like, it's just, to me, just getting off on like the exact wrong foot.
Yeah. And I also think that anytime you bring a bunch of challenges in, they're not really going to value it in the same way that they would if they made a decision. Like, I'm ready to start properly and do like a long-term thing. Like, how many people are waiting around to start their fitness journey with a challenge? Like, it's not a really good way to start. It's sort of like they see the challenge. They're like, oh, that seems like a good idea. I guess I can do a challenge. I guess it's free. I guess it's cheap and easy. And so I'm going to start, rather than actually being ready.
Yeah.
And that's the big difference, I feel.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like really bad because for us, we get a member, we're often like, hey, we need to take it really slow in the first month. Yeah. So like, I'm not going to push the workouts. We're going to really focus on technique. And like, we don't get that much physiological difference in our members when they first come. We don't even really bother with nutrition because we're like, hey, you need to get the habit of training first.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, when you're actually training, like, don't go very hard because we just want you to get this right. We've got plenty of time to fix this.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we don't get them much physiological results in their first 5 weeks, but we get like habit results and technique results and motor control. So, but if I'm running a 60-day challenge, like it's reverse, right? I'm like, I've got to get this dude, like he has to drop weight. So it's like, man, take carbs out of your diet. Like, even though I know it's not a good thing, I'm like, he's got to drop some water weight here.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm just going to smash because like you smash them, that's how you get fast results, right?
Yeah.
So it's just setting it up all in the wrong way. Yeah, like your incentives are basically to give this guy a really bad product in the hope that he stays. Yeah. Because if you know he's going to be there for 18 months, you can do it the right way. Which is what they really want. They want the right way.
Yeah, they do. But they feel helpless to do actual real marketing. Or these marketers go, hey, you know, with this challenge, if you run this challenge, guaranteed 100 people in the door paying $600, so it's very appealing. But ultimately, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. So that's always the approach you should take with it. Like
have we ever done a challenge?
An external challenge?
To bring people in?
No.
We've never done
a challenge.
The only thing we've ever really had is when we first bought our first gym, they had just finished a Groupon. Yeah. Which is kind of like that was like the challenge of 4 years ago, same thing, right? Now Groupons are out of fashion. So we kind of were experiencing what it's like because we had a whole bunch of people in the gym that had paid like basically nothing to get there.
It's like $29 for a month.
One of them stayed.
Really? Are they still with us?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No, she stayed, and then exactly the thing, like she left because of price, like 6-9 months later. But that was one out of so many.
Yeah. Oh, so many.
And we put so much time into them because we were there, like coaching them. It's like our first month on the job, so we were like, giving them every attention we could. Yeah. And then one day I was like, they all has disappeared, despite how much we over delivered like crazy. Yeah. And they're all gone.
And they say like, oh man, I'm loving it. It's great.
They were loving it. They were loving it.
Yeah. And then the second the price goes up or goes back to the real price, they're gone.
They're gone.
Man, those are some dark days.
Dark days. And that's that's really probably our major experience with it. Yeah. And then once when I was a coach at a CrossFit gym, the gym did a challenge, a Facebook ad challenge. A bunch of people came in for free. And like obviously none of them are there now. But I experienced that as a coach. And coaches are actually the ones that hate it the most.
Can't actually think of a gym. Tell me after the show though. Yeah.
And we still have coaches that coach at other gyms that do a lot of challenges.
Okay.
And they talk about how stressful it is because there's all these people coming in. And, like, it's just overwhelming. It's, like, all the people at once. You can't give them all attention. But you've really got to deliver because, like, they're going to leave in 30 days. Yep. So you've got 30 days to sell them, and it's all these people at once. It's just, like, a really stressful on the coach. So it's, like, it's not what they enjoy either.
Yeah, I remember so one of our head coaches, he used to own a gym. And the gym he used to own, they always used to do these challenges.
External ones?
Yeah, external ones to bring members in. and they were really big. At one point, I think got the gym up to 180 members based off these challenges. But the problem was, different to their challenges, they were really expensive. So they were like 6-week challenges, but they cost a lot. They were actually more than the regular membership price. And so what that meant is they were getting a good amount of money, which was awesome, but it was too much work for the amount of staff they had. So just that coaching reminded me is that, yeah, they had 60 members, 60 new people coming in, but it was like 60 new leads that were paying more money than the regular class. So now you push aside your loyal members that have been there for a while, and you're trying to like over deliver in 60 days. And by the end of the 60 days, you are so over it.
And you can't even get more staff because you can't guarantee them work in 60 days' time.
Yeah.
So like your existing staff have to be able to do it.
That's right. And it was just a shit fight for 60 days. And they would have good retention after it. But they're so exhausted by the end of it that, they're not then delivering the product that they delivered for 60 days, because now the product delivery goes down. They delivered so hard for 60 days to keep them, and they're like, all right, sweet, you sign a contract, you stay, like, I'm going to go to bed now. You know? And then they're like, oh, well, it was really good at the start, now it's like really dropped off.
Yeah.
Whereas usually you want to, set the expectations quite low and then over-deliver at the start. Whereas you're just like, setting the expectations really high and then delivering really high, it's only going to go down from there. So it's a tough way to do it, but that is a better way to do it. That would be the best way to do it, but I don't think it's very sustainable. So external challenges, I would recommend against doing them. I prefer just the sort of the native organic relationship marketing that we do with sort of Mad Labs and Drew. What I want to transition into next is the internal challenges, which we've done before and we think are quite good. So these are for like existing members that have already tried. So the first one that we did was, was it the 50 days? 60 days.
I think it was 50 day food challenge.
50-day nutrition challenge?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, we've actually got an old video from it, and it's you and me in this. It's crazy because it's come full circle. In the beginning of that challenge, we've got a mad camera. We did heaps of videos.
Is that the camera that was lost?
Nah, not that camera. Okay. No, that was one of the previous owner's camera. And, we went to the supermarket. We spent heaps of effort. We were on the weekends. We were filming.
And now we're back doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have just kept it up.
Yeah, I know. And we filmed really high quality, really good videos, and we gave mad advice. Granted, not all the advice is that good anymore. Like, we did a whole thing.
We did our best at the time.
Yeah, we did a whole thing on, like, bulletproof coffee and shit. What? Retards. I just remember being in the kitchen just kind of like, add the fat. Like, now you're burning fat. And, like, add the butter.
The worst bit about that whole video is, like, right at the start, I call a zucchini a cucumber.
The bulletproof coffee video?
And it's constant, right? Because in that video, if anyone you find it on our YouTube, I'm like 19 years old in this video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here's cucumber. I'm like, these are really good for you. And it's a zucchini. And like, to give you an example, I got made fun of about this just yesterday.
No way.
Yeah, because people watch the beer mile video that you just put out, and then the next video that plays is that video. And then I'll watch the nutrition channel, this looks good. And
it's almost got 1,000 views.
Yeah, 1 minute in, I'm like, yep, here's your cucumber.
It's worse if you like pick up a banana, you're like, get 3 apples.
At least at that point, I'm like, okay, he's blind.
Yeah.
But here, it really looks stupid.
Yeah. I probably still couldn't tell the difference from the outside. But anyway. Internal challenge. Yeah, so we did the 50-day nutrition challenge, and we actually had a few gyms sign up for it. It was really good. I think we had maybe 70, 80 people in it.
We did, and we basically just gave them, weekly nutrition coaching.
Yeah.
We sent them an email, how they were going each week.
We did body scans at the start.
We did body scans at the start and end.
Fuck, we killed it back
Which
then.
actually was
a good challenge.
Was another partnership that we did. And like bringing in those body fat testers, and that was really good. And we got really good results. I don't know if you remember, but on that retest,
we did.
We did Cindy, so we did like a body weight style workout to test with the body fat.
I reckon we were geniuses back there.
I challenged like everybody got better at Cindy.
That's right.
And pretty much everyone lost body fat. Like I remember, it's like 1 or 2 guys that like got the same, and they're pretty small. But that's pretty good. Like people have different lives, and wasn't like a crazy intensive one. So on the whole, like I still think it was really good.
Yep.
And it was just like, that's the stuff we could have done more of over the next few years, because the members absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was really good. I guess the main thing is that we just sort of transitioned into like individual nutrition coaching. That was sort of what we started to believe in more, even though the challenge was quite good. You just know that at the end of a challenge, everyone's going to drop off and their quality is going to drop off, which is, essentially why you don't do them, because you're trying to build long-term sustainable habits. But I would say, we did it in such a way that I hope those people would have kept a lot of that advice ongoing. Just not bulletproof coffee. Just scrap that. So the newest challenge that we just launched, it's been nearly 4 years, maybe 4 years since our last challenge, because we did that right at the inception of the gyms.
Yeah. We've done some pseudo challenges, like you've done an 8-week sleep program.
Yeah.
And we did a mental training program. So we've done some mental, we've done some programs that you can buy, 8-week programs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a challenge, because a challenge to me has
it's a competition.
Yeah, and it has a group atmosphere.
Yeah.
Everyone is doing it at the same time. You can't do this challenge later.
Yeah.
You're it's a challenge and it's over.
Yeah.
And there's group momentum.
Yeah. But yeah, we've had short-term programs. Yeah. That's sort of what you're saying. Yeah. We built those and they're evergreen. So people that want to buy our mental toughness challenge or our mental fitness program or our sleep program, they can still do that. But the challenge is going to have an end date. And so the muscle gain challenge is what we've done this year. And so far it's been extremely popular. We haven't even marketed it that much, and heaps of the members are already on board for it.
They're already gaining muscle just thinking about it.
Well, don't do that because it hasn't started yet. So you'll waste muscle. So I think what is best about challenges like this and why I wanted to do it is because and it speaks for itself already. And the timing is everything. The right thing at the right time, with what people want, people just sign up straight away. They don't even be that convinced. If you're giving people, it's getting colder, the Open's just over, people have realized they're not as strong as they thought they were, people want to get a little bit bigger, everyone wants to add muscle, then it becomes super appealing. And, we set it at a really low price because we're just going to keep it super lean this one. We're not going to do it in a crazy individual way with heaps of coaching and stuff. Look, it's just going to be a group challenge. We're just going to try and eat as much as possible. We'll give you some informal advice along the way. We'll set you up right at the start, and then we'll just go for it, and we'll just talk shit along the way.
And we'll, give you most of the money back.
Yeah.
In prizes. So it really is a challenge more than a coaching thing.
Yeah. Selfishly, I was I really want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm I need the accountability of a big group, and I'm competitive, so I know when I get in there, I'm all right, I'm going to try and win this thing.
And muscle gain is just such a better way to do it than weight loss.
Yeah.
I think a weight loss challenge would be really problematic at the gym.
Yeah.
People just not eating and shit.
Yeah, well, that was what I was going to say, yeah.
But just gaining muscle, you can't really do that in a bad way, because you set it up so you lose points with body fat, and all you can do, man, is train hard, eat in a surplus, and do your best. Yeah, there's nothing really bad for your health that you can do.
Yeah, and people think that eating in a deficit is harder than eating in a surplus. I promise you right now, people will struggle way more with a weight gain challenge than a weight loss challenge, because with a weight loss challenge, it's less interference to the rest of your life. So if you skip a meal, it's perfect. I'm in the deficit. I'm doing better because now I'm lower calories. I'm going to lose the weight. I'm going to win. Oh yeah, I just didn't eat breakfast this morning. I fasted for a full 24 hours. That's really easy to do, right? I mean, yeah, you get hungry for moments. It's way harder to be man, I ate 7 meals there and I hit 5,000 calories, and do that for 4 months. It's a long time that we're doing this for.
But you also lose body fat, points for body fat, right? So you got to keep a lid on it.
Yeah. You can't go nuts, but still keeping up that level of food intake. Most people are under eating as it is, so even just to get them to maintenance and then add on to that, it's a long process, which is why we made it 4 months, and also because muscle takes a while to build. So it will be interesting to see how people go, but that is definitely how I'd recommend doing a challenge. Do challenges internally.
Yeah.
Don't do weight loss. Add education into it. Make it a reasonable price point, and don't give yourself too much work. Just feed off the fact that people will be more accountable if they're doing it as a group, and they'll also be competitive. So you can use their competitiveness against them. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, there was another good one that another gym did, was attendance challenge. Sorry. That's someone who logged the highest attendance for the month, got a mad prize. So that's another way you could do a good challenge.
Yeah.
That's the way I think about it. Yeah.
How much are you going to gain? I'm not in this challenge, unfortunately.
That's a good question. Well, I'm going to be working with Matt from Beyond Macros in this. So
you're definitely going to win.
I've got
You're fucking cheating.
I've got a coach.
You got the coach's
coach. Coach for the challenge. I was I'm going to start the challenge, and I'm going to get a coach for it. He likes this elite program, start taking Psalms and shit. It's lock one, he gained 14 kilos.
I cannot believe that Psalms is sold in my nutrition store.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, it's legal.
Yeah, it's crazy though, but I sent it to Dean McKillop.
Yeah, what did he say?
Dean said it's lunatic, because he's they don't even know what they're selling.
What do you mean?
People don't, the people that own that store and be running it, they would have no idea what Psalms are and the research behind Psalms and the safety.
Why wouldn't they?
Because it's super untested sums.
So you're saying it's like very irresponsible.
Yeah, it's super irresponsible. Like,
Right.
not only do people not know what they're taking, they barely even know what they're selling. And I said to Tim's, another one of our friends that like works in science and stuff, and it's like it's basically because, from what he said, if I understand it correctly, it was like it's just because they've done so little research on it. It's not like a classified substance yet. So
Right.
it will be definitely off the market once they, if it gets to that point. But because it just got some research and it kind of got dropped, it's just it's for research purposes only. And there's a
Yeah.
sign up in the store saying only for research.
Oh, okay. So like people are buying it, like, yeah, I'm doing some testing with it.
I don't understand exactly what the legality of it is, but it has to have a sign with it saying only for research, and that's what it has in the store.
Mm.
But if you're buying it in that store and you're just a regular person, like, you think this thing is safe to take, right? It's in a store. It's in a supplement
Because you'd be
store.
like, why are they selling it if it's unsafe to take?
Yeah, of course, right? Like, nothing gets sold. Like, that's when you live in Australia, like, you live in a good country, you just have, like, a real faith. Like, things in stores have regulation, and, like, I'm not, like, buying something that's really bad for my health. But, like, it's not really proven in that sense. So, I think it's crazy. And the funniest bit was I was like, oh, man, has anyone buy this? He's like, dude, it's, like, our best-selling product.
Wow.
He's like, it's just gone crazy. Like, we just put it there, everyone's buying it.
Okay, if we sold it at the gym, do you think people would buy it? If we had, like, an anonymous thing?
For sure.
Yeah. 100%.
I think it'd be out of control.
I think we'd sell out.
Same
day
thing.
one.
People have this thing. Like, I remember I was at that actually a similar supplement
Just
store,
fucking
and
threw our
someone
members
was
under the
like,
bus.
oh, what's that pre-workout? And I was like, oh yeah, this pre-workout is going off the market in October. We're not allowed to sell this after October, but until October like 31st, we're allowed to sell it. And the dude was like, give me 6. Like, it was done at that point. Because
Man.
any shit that's going off the shelves, like, that's the shit you want, right?
Yeah, that's got like methamphetamine
That's the real.
in it and
That's
shit.
the real.
Yeah.
That is like the mindset of a consumer.
Yeah. That guy probably just like poured it on the table, chopped it up, and just did a line of it. He's like, yep, it's cocaine.
Oh,
Pure
like, man,
cocaine.
if you need something that is like going off the market, so dangerous just to do your like bodybuilding workout, like some shit is wrong, dude. Like, just to go and do some curls.
Yeah, but did you experience that level of pump that shit gives you?
Yeah, that's true. I got nothing on that guy's pump.
Man, those. I remember I gave that product once to a mate that had heart issues, and he didn't tell me. Straight away, he's like, hey, I'm not going to work out today. I'm going to go lie down. My heart is about to fucking explode.
The funniest one.
Bro, what did you tell me you had holes in your heart?
But do you remember the story with Jaden, who actually works for Alchemy back in his gym going days, where he bought that pre-workout and can't remember exactly the story, but he somehow ended up with a protein scooper instead of a pre-workout scooper. in his pre-workout, and he has a protein scoop size. It's probably like 6 times the size of a normal pre-workout.
6 times.
It's one of those like Jack 3D. And
Yeah.
same thing. He just like was going to the gym, had to stop, drenched in sweat, go home, and just lie down and just kept sweating, like couldn't move out.
That's pre-workout. That's crazy. Man, some of those scoopers, I remember when I had the mass gainers. Did you ever buy the mass gainer in the big
100%.
foil bag?
I used to get Max's max gain.
And they were huge, right? It's like
Massive.
shopping bag size.
Like, that was the heaviest weight I lifted back.
There was like the tub, and then there was the bag. And the bag was like a suitcase, right? It was like half a suitcase size. And the scooper was like a cement mixer. Like, this shit, you're like 2 hands. You're like, oh yeah, obviously this came with a shovel. Like, you buy the thing, and the guy gives you a shovel to go with it. You're like, all right, sweet. And you fucking stick it in the thing, you put your foot on it, you dig it out. And man, you're like, I need a bigger shaker. So you have to go back to the store and get like the fucking 1 liter shakers.
I saw that in Brian Shaw's Day in the Life Eating.
Cement mixers.
He's got the biggest shaker.
Oh yeah.
It's got massive, like 1.5 liter shakers.
That's
And it looks like a normal shaker in his hand. And then he's like, oh, it's like a 1.5 liter shaker. Because like, I make such big shakes. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to do 10,000 calorie challenge. We're gonna go to a keto restaurant in the 10,000 calorie challenge. Yeah, it's got a lot of fat, so it's high
Yeah,
calorie.
that'll be right.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's in the black. Sort of a bit of an informal finish, but
Yeah.
enjoy this episode, and we'll see you next week.